All right. Good morning and welcome to some more violence. About to get started on a very busy day, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna do some rounds. Because basically, I'm supposed to review some stuff before a meeting, and I wouldn't have time to go to the office and do that. So I'm just staying here. So instead of travel time, I'm doing this, which is still less time. But then here on the hour when I normally start work, that's instead of driving. Yeah. So, which another one of the reasons I really love my job. It has its quirks. It's not perfect, but as far as like compared to other jobs, like I have a lot of flexibility and freedom, and I think I know what I need to do once I look at this thing, but I don't know. But so I half of my drive time is on company time, and that's beautiful because normally you're supposed to be there at a certain time, and then you go home at
Team
a certain time,
deathmatch.
and then that's just your day.
Eliminate
But
the enemy. We're close
opportunity
to lead.
costs are like how much time you're sitting in your car on the road, and like that's your time. And up until this
We have
job, all
taken the
my
lead.
jobs have been like, that's an additional part of the sacrifice that's just
I'm
factored in.
hit!
However, now of course there's compromise with that. Like if there's still stuff that I need to do that day, then I'm working late, and that still happens quite a bit. Like, or not quite a bit, but like, all randomly in the middle of the afternoon or evening when I'm not at like on the clock, I'll check something or I'll have a question come in or something, and I'll make a judgment call. Like if it's an emergency and it needs to happen soon, then yeah, I might go take a look at it and go fix it real quick.
They tagged me!
But it is all about work-life balance, and you gotta, like, you gotta enjoy your life. Like that's the whole point. You work, you make the money, you raise the kids, you enjoy the life. But you know, yeah, I got
The
so
enemy's taken the
much.
lead.
Ah, I wasn't paying attention. All right.
The enemy
So,
holds
and
the
I just
lead.
gotta get this gun
Clock
to level
ticking.
29, and so that's what we're working on now. It doesn't matter how I kill people or how many people I kill. It just matters how many points. Like, you get a lot of points. Ah, dang it.
Took
Yeah,
her
it was
out!
spawn. Huh. I remember,
Cluster mine
what was that,
detected.
Left 4 Dead 3 or something? But there was some, like, combat game, fighting game, where it was like boxing and martial arts and stuff, and you got to play as Spawn. Ah, I'm not playing too well with this one. Oh, yeah, got a lot of stuff going on. And actually, it's about to be a busy time, so I'm trying to figure out when I can take some days off. Because, like, I'm already busy and doing stuff, and, like, I got stuff going on all day. But I'm about to hit a time where I'm going to have a lot of things going on and a lot of people reaching out for help. Because,
Hostile mosquito is
yeah.
online.
So, I needed vacation.
Hostiles
I just
deployed a
took 3 days,
mosquito.
but
The enemy is gaining ground. Push them back.
it wasn't really a vacation. Like, I'm a
Taking
dad, I still
effective
do
fire!
dad things, I'm on a couple
Hostile mosquito
PTAs,
is
like,
online.
I didn't take a vacation from everything. And, like, whew. Mm. I got killed by deception. So,
Ammo here!
oh. What's this? That's another thing. I need to calm the
Hostile
quiet
cluster
or
mine
quiet
active.
some of the noise. Like I've got so many people on Discord, like everybody wants to be seen and heard, and like yeah, it's cool and all, but then it's like I've got like all these conversations going, and I try to jump into one of like, nah, this is too much. Ah. So, yep, there's Twitch, there's Discord, and that's all related. It's someone announcing that they're going live on Twitch, and so they put out an announcement to Discord. Dang it. Again, though, I'm only doing this to get points, gather my thoughts, kind of relax a little bit, have some fun before I spend all day in meetings and looking at things and answering questions and being at the beck and call of an entire company and hundreds of students and teachers and staff. That's my life, is just answering all these questions. So.
Take your guts off the floor.
At least I got a couple kills.
Target covered. On your six. Enemy operator.
1 minute remaining.
Took a shot.
Alright.
Switching mags.
Ah, the spam caller too. That's always fun.
Got
30
another.
seconds remain.
That's another thing. You just got to assume that your phone number and your email address are compromised. Like they're on lists somewhere that are getting sold to hackers and spammers and all that.
10 seconds remaining.
So hopefully we're close to figuring that out. There's still so many people.
Return to base.
They were carried by one person on their team, but alright. Anyways, let's see where we're at with the weapon. So, and I gotta remember the positive things. Like, when I'm getting tired and down and just like ready to be done, like, just gotta remember the positives. Got a couple kiddos that are thriving, they're happy, they got what they need. They don't got everything they want. Like, we're not rich by any means, but kind of rather it that way because spoiledness, yeah. Myself included. If I just walked around having everything handed to me in life, I don't think I'd like the person that I'd become. You know, be soft, unreliable, like all these things. In fact, I was talking about that with some people on the Facebooks. Like, they're really still going to bat for old Donald Trump, and you know, and maybe all of the accusations are wrong. Maybe every last one of his accusers is lying, but I just really have a hard time believing that. Like one woman, yeah, okay, maybe. Like, she might be trying to get at that money and try to get a payday. Two women, yeah, but when there's like a whole bunch of women in solidarity talking to each other, I feel like they would know. They would know when someone is lying amongst their ranks, and you know, and especially when there's like a couple. I feel like there's a couple situations where there was like two women that can corroborate the same story that Donald was there assaulting minors. And so, but that all goes back to the whole Dolomite thing. Is like, if we were just to legalize adult sex work and regulate it and make it a safe industry for everybody, then we wouldn't have to worry about this. And that's one of the biggest backwards things ever. Like, I remember just all the time playing Grand Theft Auto. That's one of the things, is like you pick up a lady of the evening, you know, you do your thing, and then you kill her and you take your money back. And that's just what a lot of people do on Grand Theft Auto. But then you just start to think about like women as objects like that, when really they're out there like, hey, this is how we could get money. And guys usually sell drugs, and like women sell their bodies, and like those are just kind of like a few of the different shortcuts that people can take to just get some quick cash, like, you know, if they need it, or stealing, I guess. But that again, that kind of goes back towards men usually do that because size danger that, not saying it never happens the other way, but like, you know, when people want to take shortcuts, those are generally the shortcuts that are taken. So, and drugs are a shortcut too. They instantly release endorphins in your brain and make your body feel as if you're doing good. Like your brain normally releases endorphins when you do good things, like, or when you know, have a bowel movement, there's endorphins. When you breathe, there's endorphins. Like there's, you know, your body tells you that you're doing good things when you're doing like normal functions, eating. Like, you know, that's why, you know, food can be sometimes kind of like a thing, because that'll get you endorphins in your body. And so sometimes people like tend to eat too much because they're lacking in happiness in other areas, you know, and all these things. Oh my god. So, but if we legalized and regulated that, and then also making money go away too. Like money is just obsolete. I mean, there are families that have more money than they could spend in their entire lifetime, and they're not going to do anything with it except for hoard it and continue to make more money. And the way that the system is like, if you have money, you can easily make a lot more money, and then the people that don't have money, it's hard to get money. It's pretty much impossible to like earn $1 billion. Like, that's just not realistic. So, but yet if you have $1 million and you loan it out and you make interest on all that money, and you just kind of just sit on it, you just make money for doing nothing but having money. Like, it's insane. Meanwhile, there's people out there like building bridges and buildings and houses and dams and streets and like actually doing like physical labor and hard stuff. And they'll maybe get a few hundred, maybe a few thousand, and that's it. Meanwhile, the people with like millions and millions of dollars, they just have to put on a suit, go to a gala, and sit there and look pretty while they earn more money for doing nothing. Like, it's insane. So, and then you got people going to war and killing, doing this. Like, this is a game. I'm just having fun playing, pretend to do this. But there are actually people out there losing arms, legs, blowing each other up, and like hurting each other in a huge rat race of just trying to take that money. And they get paid. I mean, soldiers in the U.S., they get decent money. Not great. I mean, and then they like to say that it's a lot of like really hooked up and there's a lot of value being a soldier, but you get free education. But you also get some PTSD for life. If you kill somebody, then your internal body, like your system is like, man, you know, just like those endorphins reward you for eating and sleeping and going to the bathroom and doing all the normal things, it also punishes you when you kill somebody. It's like, man, you did something really terrible, and now you're going to live with that for the rest of your life and potentially take your own life. And then those rich people, they just keep making money while you go kill yourself, and like, you know, it's a sick, sick world. So. But we're organizing, we're collaborating, we're finally realizing what to do. Man, I'm just doing terrible this morning. I'm not doing good with this gun. Oh.
Taking effective fire.
There we go. Finally got one. There's another one though.
Enemy UAV active. Enemies inside the perimeter.
Enemy contact.
Hardpoint compromised. Secure the area. Hardpoint relocating. Stand by.
Oh.
The enemy's taking the lead.
I was hoping to do a little bit of the Kubernetes cluster every day, but I mean, I've made a few Kubernetes clusters now, like 2 or 3. Haven't really done anything with them yet. Like they're just up and running, and they say, "Yeah, I'm here." So it's cool.
Dropping ammo.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Almost got both of them. Nice. Okay, so and what's really exciting is if I keep going like I'm doing, and my colleagues keep doing what they're doing, we're gonna have a bunch of computers to start handing out to school kids all around the world that come preloaded with capture the flag, computer science education files, like basically like, you know, challenges like do this and do that, and really like all everybody needs is just a computer with internet, and then you can go to websites like Code Wars and Coding Game,
Target area updated. Move to the hard point.
and then learn coding that way, with a bunch of really helpful tutorials and like work that people have put in.
Friendly mosquito deployed.
Oh man.
Hard point compromised. Secure the area. Enemies inside the perimeter.
X-ray down.
There we go.
Friendly cluster mine planted. Hard point compromised. Secure the
Oh,
I'm with
that was cool.
Take cover.
enemies inside the perimeter. Hard point relocated.
Alright.
Hard point
And that's the thing,
compromised.
is like people
Secure
just
the
need
area.
empowerment, encouragement, and like basic resources, like a computer and an internet connection.
In the area.
And you know, I think we're close to that. A computer in every household and a connection to every internet for every person. And then through that, everybody can have a voice, an education, a chance at happiness. Ah. And that's the goal, is I want to get every kid in this earth, or on this earth, the ability, well, with their parents' permission stuff, to play stuff like this. I mean, well, maybe older, like teenager, I guess, but everyone should have a PlayStation, an Xbox, or a Nintendo, and then everybody should have a TV, an internet connection, and electricity to power it all, and then we're good. And then everybody is at a certain level of comfort that the average person can attain, and then, you know, people will be happy. Which is saying something, because if you think about it, like the beginning of this country, like there was like 1 or 2 people that had a car, like, and that's it. Everybody else had horses, or they just walked. And, you know, and in their lifetime, you know, that's what changed or didn't change, and like that's where like the standard of living was at. And then, you know, a couple decades later, like everybody had a car. Like a car was just standard. And then, you know, now it's like, you know, do we have houses for everybody? Like, does everybody have a nice, like, clean, dry place to sleep? Like, you know, and that's the other thing too. We still have people that are struggling with that, and a lot of that is alcohol. I mean, alcohol has been like the approved way to recreate, to like relax after a hard day's work of going and grinding and making like hardly any money, especially knowing there's people out there making tons of money for just doing nothing. You know, it's really hard to continue to care and like to continue to keep going. So, and yet people do it. People are resilient, and like, you know, and they do things like this, like playing violent video games to unleash their aggression at the unfairness of the world. And people saying, you know, life's not fair. Life can be fair. Life can be very fair.
Stun.
It's about to be.
Target
Because
down.
we're realizing what's going on. So,
Hostiles deployed a mosquito. Standing by.
Reloading.
Friendly UAV on
Requesting
station.
recon
Oh.
overhead.
Copy that.
we both did UAVs. Why did we both do UAVs? Oh well.
I just told.
Enemies inside the perimeter.
Deploying counter UAV.
Confirming next hard point. Stand by.
Be advised, UAV is exiting the AO.
Hard point compromised. Secure the air. Friendly cluster mine deployed. Target area updated. Move to our advanced UAV is online.
Man, they're
Friendly
quick.
mosquito deployed.
What? How? Oh. Alright. Actually, how am I doing?
Don't relent.
Yeah, I've got time for like one more. But I'm gonna do a quick shower and then look at this code that I'm working on. I think I've got it pretty much figured out. I know what it needs to look like, and I know like what I'm looking for. I just haven't found it yet. And so there's a few different ways to kind of drill down and get the different
UAV exiting the AO.
variables. So, and this is actually one of the more fun parts, like doing some like software development. I mean, it's very basic software development, But you know, going through computer science classes and like getting my degree, that's what everybody wanted to do. Everybody wanted to build the next big software platform, or like the next tool that everyone's going to use. It's going to benefit humanity. And it's really hard to do because people are just designing things faster than people can think of problems to do. And there's more and more people joining the fray and like building more things. So it's like, you know, if you don't have something now, just wait a little bit and someone's going to build it. Like that's just the reality we're in right now. Just beautiful. And we're tackling all these like environmental problems, and we're cleaning up all of this like plastic and trash in the oceans, and you know, and humanity is like coming together and fixing all the problems that people have been talking about forever, well, decades. But then there's still people that have inertia that they're stuck and they don't realize that they're stuck, sucking up more resources than they need. And it all goes back to alcohol. Like, whether intentional or unintentional, banning weed and making alcohol okay was the big problem. Let's see. Ooh. So yeah, 5 more levels. Let's see, what else could I be doing here? Like maybe I could change some of this stuff. I mean, I think I was doing better when I had... I like this one. Nah. I don't know. I'll just stick with it. Alright.
We're taking Charlie.
Whew.
Charlie secure.
They attacked me! Switching max!
We control Bravo.
Take your guts off the floor! Incoming! New max!
Push.
Taking effective fire!
I like the sight though. The sight already makes it feel a little easier. We got a couple AFKers, or at least one.
Took a round! Changing max!
We control 2 objectives.
Woo! Bone spurred on. And see, that's the other thing too. The rich people were able to get out of things like going to war. Now, my dad was drafted. He had to go fight. Teflon Don, that just had a bunch of money and no accountability,
Enemies taking Bravo.
did not. He got out of being drafted to go to the war. So while poor people had to go and potentially get killed and maimed and PTSD, rich people did not. So that's one of like the... Come on, man. That's one of the dangers of wealth inequality. Of course, that's always been like that. You know, you think about back in the days, like,
Loading fresh max!
like Tarzan is a good movie to, it's kind of like a glimpse into how messed up things used to be.
Nobody take cover! New max!
Ah. Just kept slowly dying. But yeah, look at Tarzan and just like how like, you know, these rich eccentric people would come and just kind of like take over this jungle paradise and hunt and kill like people and animals and yeah.
They tagged me! You celebrated too soon. Revenge is
Securing
mine.
objective Bravo. Objective Bravo.
They're gonna keep coming this way. I might as well just... Oh, there's someone up there. I like that sack head, like it looks kind of cool. Alright.
Enemy standing by. Enemy is securing Charlie.
Switching mags!
We're taking
25.
Counter UAV deployed.
Alpha. The enemy took
Requesting
Charlie.
recon flyover.
Copy. UAV orbiting.
Securing objective Charlie. Enemy securing Bravo.
Alright.
We control Alpha.
And actually, I'm pretty excited because I think some long overdue justice is going to be coming up soon. So, speaking of rich people without accountability, I knew a guy in college that his parents would just buy everything for him, get him out of trouble and all this, and he had a great family lawyer and all this. He was doing things like, I don't know if I want to talk about these on this, but he got away with doing some very bad things, like assaulting women and drugging them and all this, like very terrible things.
Got one.
Like if a poor person did it, he'd be in prison for like 20 years. But since he was a richer and he knew what to do and like he played the game, he got caught on 2 phone calls by the police admitting he knew that 2 different women were under the influence of date rape drugs, and he got 5 years probation. That's it. He didn't even do any jail time. Like, you know,
X-ray down.
I know somebody that had a pill in his pocket when he went to jail for something else, for something stupid like a driving infraction or something, and then he ended up getting like 3 years for introduction of contraband into a jail just because he had a drug pill in his pocket, and he didn't, like, I mean, it's like, okay, put it in the trash, like, and that's years, like, we're talking years of his life in custody because he had a thing in his pocket. Meanwhile, you know, you got George W. Bush and like mountains of cocaine during his college experience. Nah, he's fine because he's got money. You know, if you got money and not causing problems, okay. But if you're a poor person, you get hooked on drugs, and you go and like you run out of money, try to go get some drugs.
Securing objective Alpha.
Got
A lot of AFKers here. Woo! Okay. Ooh, 26, 3 levels. Yeah, actually, I really gotta go after this one. I do want to try to figure out where to find the variables that I'm looking for, and all that, and continuing to answer questions, field of IT tickets, deploy computers. Like, I do a lot, and it is fun. It's all fun stuff. It's just, whew. And then at the drop of the hat, my entire day can be taken over, like hijacked by a problem. Like, my computer's not working. Okay, let me take a look. Oh wow, yeah, it's really not working. Okay, and then like, and then that's my day. I gotta fix that computer, or help get them back up and running. And so, and then it's like, okay, now I can finally try to remember what I was doing and get back to what I was doing. And then it's like, oh hey, I got a question too. It's like, oh, okay, all right, let's do this. And then, you know, or
Counter UAV is returning to
I
base.
feel like this is where they're spawning. So this is very
We've
dangerous.
secured 2 objectives. We're losing Alpha.
Yep.
Friendly UAV online.
Although he came from a different direction than I was thinking. Yeah, I just need a vacation. And I'm getting another vacation too. Like, we don't do spring break during normal spring break, so we get a makeup spring break in the middle of the summer, so that's nice. And we're gonna start doing like,
Securing objective Charlie.
half-day Fridays, which that's nice too. I mean, and really everybody in this country should go down to a 4-day work week. Like, if you can't get it done in 4 days, then you shouldn't be doing it. So. Revenge. That is a really cool outfit, though. It's like the Scarecrow or something.
Enemies taking Bravo.
So yeah, we're about to see a whole
Friendly Mossad
different
deployed.
world of,
Bravo is compromised.
you know, where money doesn't matter, As long as you try hard and be a good person, you'll be all right. That's kind of the way it is right now too. As long as you continue to keep trying and like communicate with people, you can pretty much get away with a lot of, or not get away with. That's a bad way to think about it, but you can be given grace, and if you give other people grace, and that's the whole thing. Like, you know, as much as I don't like Christianity for the way that people have perverted it and used it to do some pretty terrible things, I do like the ideas of Christianity where it's like, forgive people trespasses, you know, understand that people are going to take shortcuts with each other, and, you know, try to give them some grace. But not too much grace. I mean, you still got to, like, hold them accountable and be like, yeah, you know, you really shouldn't be doing this.
Securing objective Bravo. The enemy holds objective. 6 for control Bravo.
Ah, took a round.
Securing objective Charlie. We're taking
Woo-hoo-hoo. All right. We're still winning. I'm gonna try to go around. I love all this snow. It reminds me, I used to work at a ski resort for 3 seasons, and oh, it's so much fun. That was a really cool job. That sucked because like I had to drive all the way up there, so I spent like all my money on gas, and there was like an employee shuttle that people could use, and I could have taken that, but that would mean I would have like to wake up extra early, and like, and for me that just wasn't worth it. Like to have to wake up, be somewhere, and sit and wait. Oh my god! Enough with that.
Ha! You missed me. Changing max.
Mosquito is online. Securing objective Charlie.
UAV is being refueled. RTB at this time.
Enemy taking Alpha.
Dang it! Oh, there's too many people. Oh, someone's got 40 on it.
Incoming. We're losing Alpha. Alpha is compromised. Get it back.
Ah!
We're taking Bravo.
Near.
Objective Bravo.
I might take cover.
Ah!
Okay. Press the advance. Securing Bravo. Objective Bravo is compromised. Get it back. Securing objective Bravo.
Mask up. Gas incoming.
Ah, come on, I should have stayed still.
We're taking Alpha.
Ooh, 2 more levels. Oh, alright, well that's fine. I gotta get going. What is this?
President is absolutely right. It's why the White House Ballroom project is not just a fun project for President Trump, like you will read in the media. It is actually critical for our national security that a larger, secure building on this complex, which is the most secure.
Wow. Yep. And then all that stuff. Then we gotta pretend we need a ballroom so we can spend 400 million to protect himself. Just don't do such sketchy stuff to where people want to kill you. Like, how about that? Like, I mean, that shooter didn't even get anywhere close to Trump. Like, Secret Service did their job. I mean, some guy tried to Naruto run through the lobby, and then he had to still go upstairs, and there's no way. So, like, he's fine. He's fine. So, I think he's just, like, ready to, like, do, like, ultimate crazy stuff, and he wants to make, like, the ultimate, like... Anyways, we don't even need to go there. But anyways, ta-ta for now. I will see you in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Enjoy.